Most people think building good credit takes decades. But today's guest went from 400 points to over 800 in less than a year. And this is Ricky. He's not a banker, he's not a credit repair company. He's just a guy who figured out how to beat the credit game. And if you own a business or want to start one, you need to hear this out.
Yeah, trust me, I made a lot of mistakes before I figured it out. A lot.
So, all right, let's start with where you were, 400 something. What was your rock bottom?
Yeah, that was pretty much rock bottom. I was at high threes, 400 credit score. Banks would see me. I would try to do applications. Nope. Turn down. Denial. It was just bad. And this also prevented me from being able to do any business opportunities or take out any loans or just do anything related to credit because I was not lendable. I had a terrible credit score.
I think people who's watching right now, they don't realize how your personal credit can completely block you from basically doing anything or growing a business. Any opportunities, anything like it, completely locked out.
Right. I mean, I could not qualify for anything. I could not buy anything. I couldn't get decent credit cards. I wouldn't even get any good terms for a credit card. If I was to get one, it would be an insane percentage rate. It was really holding me back.
Right,
you know?
right. At what point you would say you realized enough is enough and you got to change something?
Well, I realized that credit was just a game, and once you figure out how to work and master the game, move up fast. I sat down, I pulled out my credit report, and I decided I was going to try to fix it one step at a time.
All right, can you break us down the steps that you made to fix your credit?
First thing, you, great friend of mine, Mike, had told me about was this website, annualcreditreport.com. This isn't a plug for Annual Credit Report. I went to this site. It's a site that Mike was telling me that any American, any citizen can go to, and you can. It's not a hard pull, as you would say. Mike can probably get more into that later. But it was showing me errors, 3 in particular, that were killing my score.
And I think this is huge. Most people don't even check their credit to see what mistakes they made over the past years.
And another thing that, of course, I learned from you were to, once you have this report pulled up, there were items in there that were questionable even to me as the person whose the credit report I was looking at. So I went and disputed some of these items. I disputed, in fact, 3 items. 2 of these items that I disputed, I swear, believe this or not, were gone within 30 days. And my score jumped like 40 points, which to me was mind-blowing, that you could get a 40-point jump with just a couple disputes. I mean, it was crazy to me.
Yeah, and actually it's almost like having 3 points, right, for your credit repair. You don't have to even pay some companies to repair it or for you or waste money.
Right. There's a lot of shady credit repair companies out there, right, that are popping up all the time. I mean, you want to get your credit cards and under a 30% utilization. So that also was another great tip that I learned from you, Mike, and from these different sites, and just researching how to fix credit. So to recap a little, dispute those disputes that you see on your report. You definitely want to dispute them, which will help raise your score. And then you want to utilize 30% or less of your credit. So for instance, if you have a $10,000 credit limit over, say, even 1 card, 2 card, 3 cards, you only want to be using $3,000 in credit of the $10,000. So you're utilizing 30% of that credit.
That's an excellent point. And actually, for anybody who wants to start their own business, low utilization makes lenders see you as a low risk. So that means you might get better terms. So that means going from, in today's market anyway, going from 7% interest rate down to 6% interest rate. That's a lot of savings over the years.
Oh, that's huge. And then another tip that you had gave me that I didn't even think about was to ask a family member that had great credit to add me to their credit card. And I never even had to use it. But guess what? When I got onto the family member's credit card, now I just utilize their credit history. I get goosebumps. It's crazy. I didn't even have to use their card, but yet I was added to their credit card, and then I got to utilize their credit history, which made me look great on paper.
Guys, just a little advice. Don't do this with your cousin. They're going to max out your credit card every month.
Really, that 30% is going to go way up then. You don't want to do that. But one secured card, one small store card, I use them lightly and I pay them in full every month. Another big thing that Mike here that we went over was whenever you're going to go ahead and use that credit, go ahead and pay that credit card off right away, within the month, so then you're not paying the interest on the credit card, but yet you're still helping build your credit, which is what we were trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's right. It's about showing activity, but responsibility in that activity that you make.
Right. So no late payments. Another great tip that we can share is put everything on auto pay because then you're not going to miss a payment. You're not going to be late on a payment and your payments are all going to be made on time.
Just set it and forget it, and the future going to thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I took out a small little credit builder loan that added again to my credit mix as long as we keep it under the 30%, which again, that helped my score go up.
All right. Can you give them plug and play how fast the things started moving up for you?
All right. So from, I'd say first 1 to 3 months, I was, starting in the high threes, low 400s, right? After about 4 to 6 months, I started seeing it go from 5 to 6. It was jumping hundreds of points. I mean, by 1 year, it took about, I would say 10 to 12 months. The credit score was 750 to 800. I mean, it was amazing at how fast it moved.
That's like skipping half the levels in a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of almost felt like you're not cheating the system, but if you're just intuitive and a little bit creative, then you can find some really great ways to help you help yourself. And that's the name of the game, right? Help yourself to make the score better. That's what we're talking about, getting that credit score up.
Right. So someone watching this probably thinking this is great for buying a house, but why does this matter for the business?
Well, because better personal credit means, in this country, credit becomes everything. You're easy to be approved for cards, or if you are creating a business or starting a business and you need a business loan, guess what? You can get approval for that loan. You're going to get a better interest rate on those loans. So whereas like Mike was talking about with a house, for instance, if a 7% is average credit, well, you're going to get a better rate because you have better credit. The creditors will be more flexible with the accounts, higher limits, better terms, and basically it's like a leverage to grow without draining your own cash, right? They always say, rich people use other people's money. And if you can use other people's money at a low interest rate, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Then I'm not burning my cash, right?
Correct. You're right. Makes a lot of sense. So there it is. The blueprint from 400 to 800 points. And you don't even need a magic trick. You just need to be consistent.
Look, if I can do it, any one of you watching this can do it. And it's just about playing the game the right way. If you're serious about building wealth in America, credit is going to be one of your biggest weapons. Subscribe to us at Red, White, and Revenue. Drop your credit score and the goals in the comments, and we'll help get you there. Smash that like button, subscribe to us, and we will help you build your dreams. That's what we're trying to do here. Help everyone help themselves. Red, White, and Revenue.